A southern Arizona man in his 70s died last week after being stung by a swarm of bees in San Simon.
And while no one has died from bee stings locally, Tucson fire officials said they have had plenty of calls about bees. 9 on Your Side's Veronica Acosta has more on how common this is at this time of year.
Mark, Whitney, good morning. Well, beekeepers we spoke to, they said that the biggest piece of advice they have for any folks who might come across a swarm or a hive of bees is to let them be. Just get as far away as possible. They said if you do get stung by a bee, you want to try and take that stinger out. Now, if you're stung once, you can take some Benadryl, but if you're stung multiple times, they said that they recommend you seek some medical attention. They also said that one of the main reasons why they tell people to stay as far away as possible from hives or swarms of bees is because you don't know if those bees are regular honeybees or if they're Africanized bees, which of course are a whole lot more dangerous. We have more information on this on our website. That's at KGUN9.com. Reporting from the base of Mount Lemmon, Veronica Acosta, KGUN9 On Your Side.
Good to know. Thank you, Veronica. A heads up if you're on the U of A campus this week. There's going to be an active shooter training exercise tomorrow. Officers, employees, and volunteers will act out the scenario near Old Main. It's happening between 4 and 10. Now, in case of a real emergency on campus, the university does send out alerts.
Well, the FBI is looking for a sex abuse suspect who was last seen in Tucson. Authorities say 68-year-old Jan J. Mullinger snuck out of his halfway house on August 5th. He is accused of inappropriately touching a boy under the age of 12. Of course, if you have information, you're asked to call 88 Crime or your local police department. A judge could decide this Friday whether or not the Tucson sanctuary city measure will be on the November ballot. If it's passed, it would forbid city government from cooperating with immigration enforcement. The city clerk says enough signatures were collected that were required to get the measure onto the ballot. But the council opposes the plan because of expensive state penalties on the city. Arguments hinge on whether the petition process was valid and the amount of signatures that were in fact collected.
All right, now for a look outside, let's head over to April. April, how hot is it out there yet this morning?
It's still in the 70s, but already starting to go back up. So it's going to go up pretty quickly, especially as we get towards the 8 o'clock hour. We'll be well into the 80s. So again, if you have plans to be outdoors, I would get it done pretty quickly because temps are going up quite fast. We're going to hit 104 today and then anywhere from 106 to 107. If we're lucky, it won't go beyond that. So the excessive heat watch is now a warning. And now for both days, Wednesday and Thursday, really want to avoid outdoor activity between 10 a.m. and all the way till 8 p.m. before these temps are going to start going down. If we're lucky, we'll see at least a little bit of cooling into the weekend, and we'll see maybe a very slight chance for rain as early as Friday night.